welcome to Healthy Eating Good Food. In today's program we're going to be looking at two of my very favourite healthy products or healthy food items, and these are Akaroa smoked salmon and chickpeas. As well, we're going to be doing a recipe makeover on apple crumble, which, come to think of it, is another of my favourite foods. So one of my favourite shows this week. Now we better get going because I've got a million things happening here at the moment. We've got Akaroa smoked salmon, which comes in two varieties, hot smoked and cold smoked. The hot smoked has been cooked while the cold smoked hasn't. Now there's a million and one uses for Akaroa salmon, and the main thing is that you don't actually need to do much to it. It stands on its own. It's an absolutely beautiful product, and the good news is that it's so good for you. It's rich in those essential omega-3 fatty acids. It's rich in other fatty acids that are good for heart health. It has fat-soluble vitamins, a very good source of vitamin B12 as well. So a little nutritional powerhouse. Now, to start with, we're going to look at a whole side of hot smoked salmon, which is just absolutely ideal for a dinner party. You can't beat that. And it's so simple as well. You don't need to be a cook, and you can just display it out there, and everyone thinks you've gone to an enormous amount of trouble. And I love serving it with capers, a bit of light cream cheese, some fresh ciabatta bread, and people can just help themselves. And you couldn't be simpler than that. I also like to use hot smoked salmon with on sandwiches or in rolls. Again, my favourite ingredients with salmon are things like dill and red onion and tomatoes and just a bit of light cream cheese spread on some bread or on a roll, and you can either have it as a sandwich, or we can put it on top as an open sandwich, or we can put the top on like a sandwich. Very, very simple, a very stylish lunch. I'm also going to make a salad now, and that's another great use for hot smoked salad. Hot smoked salmon, sorry, getting my S's all worked up. Now, I've got some salad greens here, some mesclun salad mix, and to that I'm going to add some beans. This is a niçoise salad, which is, you've heard of salad niçoise, which traditionally is made with tuna. Well, we're going to make it with salmon instead. And so some nice green beans that have been freshly steamed, still nice and crispy, still nice and green. Some spring onions, about 2 spring onions, which I've got chopped. I'm going to add that to the pile. Some red onion, and that gives a bit of different kind of colour and texture. About 1 small onion, I probably got a bit too much there. Hands clean, of course, mix that through. Some tomatoes, and these are just little tomatoes, about 3 or 4 tomatoes, depending on the size of them. And you can see already the most beautiful colours are happening here. Some olives, some Kalamata olives. These are the stoneless variety. Just be careful about stones. You don't want anyone kind of damaging their teeth or doing anything nasty when they eat your salad. And some capers. And this is about 3 tablespoons of capers, drained of course. And that combination alone is just magnificent. And then we've got some hard-boiled eggs. What I might do now is put it into my serving dish and then put the more fiddly bits on top. Look at those beautiful colours. And again, you don't have to be a flash cook to do something like this. And that's what I like. Maximum impact with minimum effort. That's my formula. Now we'll put some egg around this, and the egg gives beautiful colours. We've got 3 hard-boiled eggs nicely chopped up. The secret is to kind of put them in. Take a bit more time at home. I'm trying to hurry here, but just take a bit more time and position it quite nicely. Yum, I'm getting hungry already. And then we've got the smoked salmon. And I've got a lovely piece of smoked salmon here, and you don't need a huge amount. This whole salad I worked out costs me less than $20. Now, it would feed about 4 to 6 people easily, and have it with some fresh bread, and it's not an expensive meal. People always think salmon's really expensive, but it's not, because a little bit goes a long way. There's a lot of taste and a lot of nutrient value in a small package. So we're just kind of breaking this up, and you can see the colours here are wonderful. And the nutrient value of this dish with all those nice salad vegetables and with the salmon is particularly great. Fluff it up a little bit. And then the last thing I'm going to add here is some fresh dill. And dill just goes beautifully with anything fishy. And that's A pretty damn magnificent looking salad that we've got there, and very, very simple, particularly because you can buy that salad mix. Now I'm just going to clean up the decks a little bit here and start looking at cold smoked salmon. And cold smoked salmon is the stuff you get in the little slices, and there's a million and one things you can do with that as well. And the most obvious one probably is the bagel, and you've probably all tried that out in a cafe for lunch. Cream cheese, smoked salmon, a little bit of red onion, salad greens, some capers, and inside a bagel. Love the bagel there with those pumpkin seeds on top. Extra fibre, extra goodness, really, really healthy lunch. And we've also got, for an hors d'oeuvre idea, just making little baby pancakes or pikelets and topping with a little bit of cream cheese, light cream cheese, remember, keep the fat down, and some just cold smoked salmon on top, and a little bend of dill and capers to garnish. You can tell I love dill and capers. They seem to be in everything today. The last thing I'm going to show you is these cold smoked salmon roll-ups, which is using mountain bread. And I'm just doing a small amount here today. And we've got a mixture that I've made up. This is using some cottage cheese with some chopped gherkins in it, a little bit of chopped red onion, and this lovely, lovely, lovely relish, which I hope the camera can get here, which is called Mandy's horseradish relish, which is also available at Akaroa Salmon, which, by the way, is at the very beginning of Blenheim Road, just under the flyover there. And that just gives a lovely zing to this mixture. And we just spread this. I'm only doing a small one here. Normally you would do it in a larger piece, but this will give you an idea of what we're doing. And some spinach leaves, and the spinach give a lovely colour. And then we top that with some cold smoked salmon here. Move that out of the way a bit. And then this just gets rolled up as tightly as you can. This is quite a fat one, this one. I've put lots of stuff in it. And then just wrap it in some Glad wrap and put this in the fridge. And when it's been there for about an hour, it just kind of makes it easier to slice if you do that. You can then slice it. I've got one here. And put it on a platter like so, and you've got absolutely beautiful hors d'oeuvres that people think you've gone to an enormous amount of trouble to do. The colours there are lovely, and you've got just a lovely ratio of vegetables and smoked salmon there. So don't forget Akaroa Salmon. It's an excellent food. The smoked varieties, the hot smoked with its huge uses, salads, as a fillet by itself, in sandwiches and rolls. The cold smoke, which you can use in bagels, on platters, on your little mini pikelets, and you can use them to make roll-ups. Pancakes work really well instead of these mountain bread pieces that I've used. So don't forget Akaroa Salmon, a wonderful source of nutrients and flavour. We'll be back after the break when we do a recipe makeover with apple crumble.